There's no more room in hell.
What?
It's something my granddaddy used to tell us. You know Macumba? Voodoo. Granddad was a priest in Trinidad. He used to tell us, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
Hello, Danny. Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Danny. Forever and ever and ever.
Hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome to another edition of Buckets of Blood Theater. I'm your host, as usual, El Deadite 797. Yeah, we kicked that Jedi Bill character. He's gone. And newsflash, one friend of El Deadite 797, LDG, who has been pretty much missing in action all day long, has returned. Turns out, just had a bad day. Well, we've all had those, haven't we? Bad days come and goes. But we're here to see a decent horror movie. Funny. It's more of a horror comedy, if you will. Tonight's feature is Slither. The screening room is pinned at the top if you wish to watch along, or you may watch your own copy. I hope you will enjoy my content. Please remember to hit that like button, and check to see if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please do so, or don't. Just enjoy the show. Let's get on with it. Slither from 2006. Here we go. Playing right now. As it waits. Of course, the anti-privacy, yes. This feature has been rated R. R.B. Hardy's R. You may know one of the stars. He was Onzo, he's Mary Poppins, yo. Yeah, that guy is in this movie. Can't think of his name right now. No. We focus on a rock in outer space, tumbling towards. It's tumbling towards. Well, it's just rolling. It's just a rock in space right now. Oh, Earth. It's gonna collide and hit Earth. Sheriff's deputy in a squad car trying to catch speeders. Oh, yes. Nathan Fillion is also in this. You might know him from certain shows as, what's it, Firefly? Yeah, Firefly. I hope I'm getting that right. Forgive me if I got that. Was Firefly? I think Firefly was. No, the show was Firefly, and then there was a movie. Check out it. Nathan Fillion in Firefly, if you like that sort of stuff. Sci-fi. So a meteorite hits the Earth, cracks open, and you see the title of film, Slither. Oh, I did never notice that until now. They're paying homage to the Thing. R.J. McCready was one of the R.J. McCready Tavern. I never noticed that until now. And there's bikers and like all types of rednecks because it's deer season. Some guy in a big Ford, and the governor's cussing. Mayor of the town is cussing at a big like SUV vehicle. This movie came out in 2006. Ah, she's a school teacher. €2 million. Boy in school sketching. Congratulations, Cooters, for third place. He got third place. I think that's one of the doctors. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like one of them. Cadillac Escalade. Hey, Lord Tiger. Gold digger. Who is a gold digger? I don't know. I smell something fishy. Or just might be over the rednecks. I got nothing against rednecks. I like rednecks. No. Some rednecks are okay. Some. Yeah, scoot along. Oh my God, a crocodile eating a zebra on the TV screen. If you're watching along at home or watching on the replay, Timestamp is 6 minutes 13 seconds along into the feature. Feature runs along, and this movie Slither runs an hour and 35 minutes and 55 seconds. I'm just dropping all types of stuff over here, aren't I? Shit. They're married and she told him to work one out for himself. And that, you folks, that's marriage. I know. I hear some marriages are spicy. And then the kids come along. So I guess it's a sexless marriage. Hey, son of red shirt, how you doing? Yeah, this is called Buckets of Blood Theater, where I play horror movies. Tonight's feature is Slither from 2006. You're just watching a documentary on... Oh, very cool, very cool. Son of red shirt. Hey, look at that, a ginger. She's flirting with a married man. Married man flirting back. But he's Mary Poppins, yo. I can't think of the actor's name right now. Ooh. That's a crow. There's also a James Caan movie from 1973 called Slither. Oh, well, this is the more modern one. I don't know if I don't think I caught that one with James Caan in it. And they trade fictitious what do you call it? There's a name for it. I can't think of it right now. Not Hanky Panky. It's and he finds a meteorite. Yeah, there's a trail. Something crawled out of it. Best movies directed by James Gunn. Did Suicide Squad movie recently, stars Nathan Fillion from Firefly and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Michael Rooker. That's also in. He's also in this. And you see a snake, and it shot something out at him right in the stomach. Shot like a barb, and it crawled into his chest. Oh. Gross. Man. Damn, it's bleeding out of his nose. And his ear. That's weird. Didn't think a parasite could do that. Well, I use El Deadite to host the Buckets of Blood Theater. I turned into El Deadite and put Jedi Bill in a cage and locked Jedi Bill up in the cage, and I become El Deadite for Buckets of Blood Theater and the horror movies that I be showing. Yeah, it's supposed to be a watch-along reaction viewing. Yeah. Well, this ain't supposed to be reaction. This isn't not supposed to be reaction. Just a watch party. It's just a watch party. I have a yeah. It's yes, Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn. That's right. It's from the Evil Dead. That's why I call him El Deadite. Is in the Deadite. For a short while, I named my channel El Deadite 797 for a short little while. Yes, Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn. Right, boils and ghouls. I'm supposed to be El Deadite, and then eventually I might be on camera when I can work out the makeup and the details. I'm supposed to be a horror host. I'm a horror host, just like Elvira. You know Elvira, Cassandra Peterson. Good, baby, yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm doing here as a Deadite 797, hosting Buckets of Blood Theater, where I bring you 2 horror featurettes in a week. And late at night, because horror movies have to be played at night. And this, although this is a subgenre, it's worthy of Buckets of Blood Theater. I have a screening room pinned at the top, and if you want to join the commentating, let me know. I will pin it. I can pin it. I'll pin it. Yeah. Reaction videos are that might be too, but I've seen this a few times, so it's not like I'm it's not like I'm reacting to it, seeing it for the first time. And you can't fake reactions. You have to have first reactions to it. And you can't really fake reactions. Here's the link to the panel if anybody wishes to join. It's funny that we need a Cassandra Preeson, Frank. I'm at 2 minutes and 34 seconds. I haven't paid attention. That's quite all right. This is really for me because I enjoy it. And anybody who's a horror film enthusiast will enjoy it too. It's all busted up. Yeah, very, very true, son of Red Shirt. Very true. That's why I have to watch my horror movies at night. Next time you got a Hell Comes to Frogtown. I can only do what I have, and I don't have that one. I'd have to get that one. I only have my own personal digital library. Yeah, I'm showing movies from my own digital library here. You get to see the naked back of Elizabeth Banks. She was okay until she got political. Well, yes, you can fake reactions, yes. But can I do them conventionally? I mean, I am an actor, but I don't think I can fake reactions to horror films. Start sharing my own reactions with the audience is what makes it special. I see. But then I want to have a creepy avatar. See, I plan on sharing my screen once I can get in makeup and whatnot. That's what I'm gearing towards. Where I'll be like a complete horror host. Because I could definitely share. But imagine this face and makeup. I'd be a true horror host. See, I want the whole, I'm gonna invent a character, So there just won't be me. There'll be an El Deadite in front of you. So it's coming. He will be coming, though. The redhead. She's chocolate for the eye. What? With a baby in her hands? She's redhead. Well, I have something to show you. I have a character, but I'm trying to invent a new character, kind of like the Elvira character, to host Buckets of Blood Theater. I want to look like El Deadite, so I'm coming up with a. I feel the same way, son of Richard. I feel the same way. Yeah, I don't like her politics. I liked her up until she got very political. And why didn't you go see my movie of Charlie's Angels? Because it was woke. So woke and horrible. As she talks to Nathan Fillion right now. Character. I forget his name of the picture. Lots of hills. They don't qualify as mountains. They're big hills. Mary Jack McCready. See, it's all falling back to paying homage to a great horror film, The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing, because they're in R.J. McCready's tavern. I never noticed that until viewing it, just on this viewing. I really didn't. My timestamp is 23 minutes and 15 seconds. Have you ever considered your show for reviewing public domain films? The way you can actually play them and have audience watch along. Yeah, but then I couldn't. I could do that. I could do that, but I won't be able to do. There's only so many titles, and that already got a friend who's a YouTuber. Was a YouTuber. Got him booted off of YouTube, and I want to stay on YouTube because even with public domain, they're temperamental. Oh, trust me, I know there's a list of public domain films, but you can still get trouble for those. Perfect redneck song. He gonna shine up my boots. Oh. Well, that ain't the way to do it. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I think you're doing it wrong. They're all hunters. They want to go hunt deer because it's deer season. He's going to shine up his boots and go into town. You subscribe to a guy that does the exact same thing you're saying you want to do for a life. For the life of me, I can't remember the name right now, but how has a little set. He comes out and does some funny bits, and he plays movies a little corny. His heart's in the right place, and I like to support earnest creators. Oh, very good. There's in a red shirt. Well, I want to do more, and I'm not able to right now. I mean, I can only do so much right now. I hope to do more in the future. Like I said, I plan on. I'm not always going to hide behind an avatar. I I plan on getting all in makeup, and being an actual horror character as and talk along, So I could fit the character of El Deadite 797. See, here you just see Jedi Bill. But I want to be that horror character because I'm inspired by Elvira. And I want to do the same thing. I want to have my own Elvira show, doing the same thing, but showing great horror movies and not so great ones. That's kind of the point. That's what I'm trying to be, and maybe I will be, and maybe it will get better in the future. You never can tell. Yeah. Do you have any? Do you have any conception of how many movie channels out there on YouTube play public domain movies every single day? I'm a member of at least 6 different ones that don't get disturbed so easily. No, I won't. I won't. I certainly won't. I certainly won't. See, I use the StreamYard link, and I also use another one, but this way doesn't have all the kinks in it the other way I was doing it in the Cosme room. Yeah, eat meat. Yeah, I plan on getting full on into character when I start hosting these. I just gotta invest. I need to make an investment in some makeup, and which I know how to do, and I can transform into El Deadite. I'll be a little bit more interactive. It's gonna get better. Don't worry. This is the ground one floor. I mean, I've just got started with these watch parties of horror movies. And, being on YouTube, you're only limited to what you can play on there. So this is one way I could kind of get away with it and have some fun. So it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Ugh, I can really imagine the smell. I'm looking at my phone and I'm seeing all chats coming in from Discord and Tube. Oh no, not Fifi. Now this is a true horror show. That would make me upset. That was pretty horrific. That's one of the things I've also wanted to do is get heavy into the practical makeup effects and make movie monsters. Hell, if I could make a living doing making movie monsters, I would just absolutely love it. I would have to get really good at sculpting. Heck, I might even invent a few new scary characters. And I could help these comic book creators by making the makeup suits and whatnot. He's getting his worm on. Hey, arms aren't supposed to have been like that. Sheriff's deputies have arrived. He's got Lyme disease. The mayor, he's got Lyme disease. Three days later. I see a couple pictures of some naval ships. But definitely public domain movies are a tricky pickle when it comes to YouTube. Mr. Lundell had to move over to Odyssey because, well, there were issues on the YouTube paying some of the public domain movies. Lyme disease. Lyme disease. That makes you look like a squid. Don't tuck you as a dog lover. Dead cow. Get up a posse, sure. Why not? Come, Dr. Doolittle, what? Oh, really? And here comes. They borrowed the music from the Predator movie. How dare they? Yeah, I know you're backstage in the screening room. Oh, I have to. Here's the link. You have to open another tab and click on that to come to the panel. There it is, right there. You're in the screening room. you're in the screening room. If you want to come to the panel, you're sure welcome, son of red shirt. They're waiting for. I guess they're waiting for him to go hunting. Timestamp 40 minutes and 20 seconds. You still out there, son of red shirt? I didn't quite get back to you on the backstage area. Uh-oh, he sees something. Giant worm man. Is that the squid? It's a man. Squid man. It's a squid man. It's Sir Squidworth. looks like something that fell off his Johnson during the war. Which war was that? I don't think it was Nam. Well, it would probably more likely Nam or Korean. Well, music gets more intense. She's gonna approach her husband, the Worm Man or Squid Man. Damn it. He's dragging a deer. Grant. Boy, he looks like shit. I don't know if he's a dirt or a squid. Yeah, he could say he's sick. He got cancerous growth coming out of him. It is a tumor. Much worse. For sure. Yeah, you afraid? That's better. Much better. Which way did it go? Which way did it go? I don't know where he went. You're gone. Is he inside? Well, why don't you go have a look? Won't you have a look-see? Yeah, See, the dog's barking. Oh my God, she's a basket. She's a blimp. Oh, she didn't want anybody seeing her like this. How'd she even get that urge? She never knew she could be so hungry. Hey, Bruce. Yeah, I got a doggy and he's barking at somebody. He'll stop. He barking at somebody, but I don't know who. Blimey, Pete, click in the click, yeah. Oh my God, here come the worms, here come the worms. Don't let the worms in your mouth. Yeah. We're watching Slither, Bruce. Slither. From 2006. Tried to get in his mouth. Yeah, it's a parasite. It's a parasite. You know, they're just trying to invade your life form. Pretty girl in the bathtub. Pretty girl in the bathtub. I just wanted to see through the bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Oh, look, the moon's out tonight. Yeah, she knows what turns into what. Welcome, Bruce. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? Oh. Good. What? Yeah, I know. Right? It turned into the Invasions of the Body Snatchers, kind of. They're coming for you. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Yeah. Your whole family possessed by them worms. Yeah, I never noticed until this viewing that was the R.J. McCready Tavern paying homage to John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah, we got an emergency here. Pray Jesus. No, have you? Just one of those days. Just one of those days. Was that Bruce? Yeah, I know, right? Right? Look behind you. It has nature. It has nature. It ain't Wally. I wonder how these actors did this with a straight face on. They had to. Me. Mm-hmm. Because he is grand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, put your goddamn gun down. It burns, it burns. I think she has the balls. I think she has the balls indeed, sir. Yeah, I forgot that James Gunn did this. Pause. Yep. They got worms in their brains. Prognosis terminal. Shoot him in the foot. It's always a good way to go. Yeah. Projectile spitting. Hey there, Darth Astor. Yes, James Gunn did Slither. Yeah, Senator Redshirt was in here earlier. Okay, this link is to the panel. The link that I just put in is to the panel, and the other link is the link to the screening room. No, it's me because I got the mic on for both. Yeah, see, I don't know if you can still hear me. Okay, good. Great. Hey, Darius Munchausen. What you done in there Sunday? Well, that was Sunday. Mr. Pibb's gone. He's the only coach who like. You're patiently waiting for Diablo 2? I see that. Ooh, Brady. What? What is my dog going on about? We were about to shit his pants. Right. Yeah, I think they just met their surprise. That is wicked cool. Which part, Darth Hester? Yeah, for the first time tonight, I didn't even realize that they were paying homage to R.J. McCready. One of them Easter eggs. Wake up, wake up. Yeah, I got it programmed in. I just forget the commands every once in a while. It takes me a bit, you know. Getting more and more. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta see what this dog's barking at. Okay, I'm back. That's a messed up deer. Oh, that's pretty cool, Darius. Yeah. Get that deadite deer out of here. Yeah. You go into your customize. You can go and customize, and you go to settings and go to community. That's how you get into your mods, Darth. So settings and community, and that's how you can change. Lucky he saved her. Well, whatever works. Konami code. Yeah, she's in the nightgown. Who you asking, Darth? It's still Wednesday for me, actually, where I'm at. It's 11:20 p.m. where in my time zone. Remember, I'm in the past because I'm on the West Coast. What? Oh, don't sweat it, son of red shirt. We all make mistakes. It's okay. We're feeling okay. Don't worry. There's no judging. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Agreed. There's son of red shirt. Agreed. This is definitely considered tentacle porn. air supply. I think everybody's stoned. They're all munching and grinding and they hungry. Variant of Dunwich Horner, Darth? H.P. Lovecraft, yep. Cannibalism. This is some good. I'm eating Bob's arm. Now you're eating Bob's asshole. So hungry. Is it out? The record skips. Now that's something you don't want to see. One giant tumorous growth. Yeah, it is some fucked up shit. Yeah, she don't want to stay here by herself. Sell it. All it is, yep. Planning to take over the world. Your evil worm. Well, they did say Darth. They did describe him as he turned into a squid and Lyme because he got Lyme disease. I'll have to check that out later, Darth, when this is over, so I have a better idea. Really, Borderline? Very cool. It's on a red shirt. Very cool. No problem. No problem. Billion? Only a billion? Not even a trillion yet? You'd think it would have been a trillion years. Yep. Yeah, shit. Damn. Now that's what you call. I can't say it. I'm afraid, but YouTube might do. But you know what I'm thinking? Bitch. It runs with B and slap. Yeah, put the protein in there. Fill it up with protein. I'll sell protein and protein accessories. Ooh, I think he likes it. Shoot him. Yeah, shoot him. Shoot him. You think it might have blown up a little bit sooner, as soon as she fired the gun with muzzle flare, you know? Ooh, that's gonna miss. Imagine the smell. Most of it, right? Probably, yeah, pretty. I think the whole town, except for those who were lucky to be away from town. At least some deer will be safe because they can't go hunting deer. Yeah. I like that Cinderella to go and kill. That boy ain't right. That boy ain't right. That boy ain't right. That's right. That poor girl family. Well, to death do you part. They parted. Written and directed by James Gunn. For 30 years and you're corrupted and you know you're not right? Is that so? Huh? What was that, Bruce? I love this song. And there we have it. Another fine edition of Buckets of Blood Theater. I don't know what... I have a few features I can play for the next one, but I haven't decided yet. See, now I'm not strictly... what was that? What was that, Bruce?
No, I was in the green room. I had to after the movie ended, I had to shut that window and reboot the StreamYards.
Right.
So that was a good film, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know if they could make that today.
No, it probably wouldn't get made today.
No, because it has a hot girl and a hot guy, and they end up together by the end of the movie. You can't have that. So how are you doing tonight?
Good.
Is the rest of the crew coming in here? Or did they leave?
No, Son of Red Shirt, he's still in the screening room, and I gotta send the link. Yeah, Son of Red Shirt, come to the link that I just put in chat there, in the private chat, and we'll switch it over. Let me.
No, whenever you're doing a screening room, you're about 6 seconds behind.
Oh, yeah.
You may want to take down the screening room link at the top of your pinned messages.
Yeah. Welcome, Son of Red Shirt.
How you doing, Red Shirt?
Hola, mi amigos, ¿cómo está?
How are you today?
I am doing... Sorry.
Are you 3D printing in the background?
There's a massive delay.
There's a massive what?
Well, my computer's been acting up all day long, so I have issues with it. It's old.
Okay. Have you talked to LDG?
Yeah, he had a bad day, and he was anyway, he was gone most of the day, and from the internet. So
That sucks.
yeah, it happens.
I'm
I
getting
didn't, re-
that.
I didn't realize you were streaming from that older computer.
I'm going to plug it back in.
There we go.
Bye, son of a red
Okay.
shirt.
Oh, he might come back.
I hope he comes back. Seems like a nice guy. So did you have a good day aside from computer issues?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. I always forget. No, there we go. Always forget which is which there. That's the background I should always keep. Instead of a black background, you know.
It's got a little color, got a little character to it.
Yeah, that's a bucket of blood.
So I went to the doctor today,
Uh-huh.
and I got cleared for driving a truck. I got my medical card,
Oh,
and so
nice.
I got to wait for next week to go back to another doctor and get cleared for work. But I've been having no trouble. I don't anticipate a lot of trouble, but I've got to say that being off for 7 weeks really sucks.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
How long have you been looking for work?
Longer than I care to disclose.
Okay, well, keep at it, because I know Phoenix, from what I understand, Phoenix is not wanting to do any sort of mandates or anything. They want to keep people moving. That's what I
Yeah,
keep hearing over here. And if that's the truth, then that means that you're gonna have people hanging them signs up in them front doors, help wanted. No matter what, you should be able to find a place that pays you decent. That's a good town. That's better than San Antonio.
mm-hmm.
San Antonio might as well be just a border town. I know there's a lot of problems with illegal immigration over there in Phoenix. We have Sheriff Joe Arpaio, or the old retired Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Yeah. I get the sheriff there now.
Who's the sheriff over there now?
I don't know. Somebody younger.
Yeah, it's a younger dude. But Arpaio was interesting for politics reasons. I followed him a lot when I was in school.
Yeah. Pink underwear. Welcome. Welcome, son of a red shirt.
Much like the recent excuse program, if I can try again.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's been having trouble with StreamYards in the past couple days, man. It might not be your equipment as much as you might think.
Yeah. Very. I've been having a lot of issues with StreamYard too. They like to boot me. It's that and Chrome. You know.
Man, don't use Chrome. Use either Brave or the DuckDuckGo browser.
I only have Chrome or Microsoft Edge, and I hate Edge.
I wouldn't use Edge if you paid me to live in a house and you'd pay all the bills, but you got to tell me how to live.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never live there, and that's how I feel with Edge. I'd never use Edge.
No.
Edge is a bad program. It doesn't have the functionality it should. It's far too heavy on the malware bullshit.
Right.
I think so.
Screwdrivers seem to work properly in Chrome. People have different issues with it. For the most part, for the most of the time, it always works in Chrome. But then again, I'm dealing with a Intel i3, which is 2 cores, 4 RAM, 4 gigabyte of RAM. So
Wow.
it's slow and old. It's slow and old. I
I
know.
didn't realize you were streaming on that.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, right?
Even my virus machine has 8 gigs.
Well,
Yeah.
I most certainly recommend 8 has got to be the standard now, and I would even go higher, say 16, because I tell you, 4 gigs RAM is painful, and this 2-core processor, even more painful. But it right now, it's what I got.
I know the feeling. I limped along for many years till I could afford it.
Uh-huh.
It took a while.
How you doing, Darius?
Is that Darius?
Yeah, Darius is out in the chat. Oh, what the heck?
Hey, Darius.
He's in the chat. It's slow, no.
There he is. I've got my laptop off to my left. I've got my phone in front of me, so I'm reading the chat from the phone. And that's when I'm like, wait, Darius is here? Yeah, Bruce. He's in the here and now on your laptop. Darius, how are you?
Oh, well, so you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. Mostly.
Oh, Darius working over. Oh, sorry, man.
You worked a double?
He's tired. He's kaput. He's kaput. You need to get some rest, my man.
Yeah, Darius, if you go to bed, I'm not going to blame you. I went to my job today and gave him my paperwork from the doctor's office. I should be back to work Tuesday of next week. And it looks like I'm going to be, once I get back to work, you guys won't see me on YouTube for a while. You'll see me on Saturdays, and that's about it. Well, being a septic guy, everything's kind of stopped up while the one and only tank driver, me, is out of work. So when I get back to work, my boss said he's going to hire another guy so he doesn't have to do this shit again. And I'm going to train him. That way we have 2 tank drivers. Pump twice as much shit.
Okay.
Bill?
Yeah.
If you could ever get into plumbing union, I would tell you to do that because you'll never be without a day of work in your life. If you want to go to work, you can go to work.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting underneath really low places.
Is it a anxiety thing?
No, right now it just
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to know. I mean, if you're one of those guys that's claustrophobic, I'm like, okay, I could see that.
To an extent, yeah. To an extent, yeah. But I could, deal with those later.
Yeah, all of my plumber friends are fucking banking right now. And here I am, 7 weeks without a paycheck. What little savings I had gone. Borrowed money from mom and dad, that's gone. And looking at about 3 weeks before I get my first paycheck. So I'm really happy I'm going back to work next week.
Yeah, I bet.
Excellent.
Do you have your stream element set up, Bill?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can stream it on this.
Okay, I didn't know if you had that or not.
Yep. I've been typing in commands, and it puts out your link and.
Oh, that's the bot you're using.
Yeah.
Badass. I thought you were using OBS or some extension off but OBS.
I can't do that with this equipment right now.
I don't worry, I can't use OBS either. It just causes a black screen.
Yeah. See, Darius just put in a command and it will put up. See, the bot puts in your link to your channel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, and I type in swag and it bring up my store.
Wait, swag?
Yeah, my merch.
I was not aware you had merch.
I'm wearing my own merch. See?
Oh, look at you.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the artwork tonight.
Yeah, Yitza. Our good friend Yitza. And I got black patterns on there too. Like 4 of them, you know. I wear a lot of my stuff.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's your I like a big piece.
Yitza, yeah.
I like the mugs.
Yeah.
Insomniac soup.
What do you have?
I've got a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go back in and lower prices because I want to lower prices. Not trying to make money. Just thank you. I have yet to program that command in there, Darius. I'll get it though. Yeah, I run the horror watch party stream twice a week. That's what I try to do anyway. And usually I just end it after the film. But I'm in no hurry to go where, so
Okay.
we can hang out.
You got a nice merch store, man. That's about as well-rounded as I've seen. Stickers, leggings, mugs. Dude.
I know there's some things that I wish I didn't, because when you make a listing, it just in that Teespring store, there was just a lot of things in it that I shouldn't have done, but I just left, and because they won't for some reason I don't know how to edit that, so you can't delete certain items. You'd have to delete a whole listing, and anyway.
Well, maybe it's time to update the inventory, update your interface and stuff like that. Doesn't hurt to go in and clean house every now and then,
Yeah.
Take a good look at things. My audio is working a lot better now, so I feel I'm more appropriate to ask questions. What brought you to this movie? Why did you choose Slither as tonight's Jedi Bill horror extravaganza? I'm sorry, I don't know the name of your show. What the fuck is this called?
Buckets of Blood Theater.
Buckets of Blood Theater. Oh, that's a wonderful name too. Buckets of Blood Theater.
I'm trying. Okay. My idea. Eventually, I want to get dressed up, and instead of being hiding behind an avatar, I'll be like an actual horror host, and I'll host the movies and I'll commentate over them, and as I'm watching it. And I'll be in makeup. At least I want to become an Elvira, but a mad character. So,
do you have a? Actually, I got a couple of questions for you about this. You're a couple of years younger than me, and I don't know where you grew up exactly. But have you ever seen the television show SCTV?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you remember? It was the launching pad for guys like John Candy, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Martin Short,
All the greats.
including Joe Flaherty. And Joe Flaherty had a recurring character, Count Floyd, on his own show, Monster Chiller Horror Theater. Because when I was a kid, like what Elvira was doing wasn't she was like the top, but she wasn't the first to do it. There were lots of regional horror show hosts and stuff like that. I'm sure you're aware, right?
Yeah.
That parody was on the parody SCTV had this. He was the news anchor, Floyd Robertson, and he side jobbed as the host of Monster Chiller Horror Theater. And he'd have a little widow's peak he'd draw on with mascara or whatever, and get there in like a turtleneck with a cape and host shit like 3D House of Stewardesses or 3D House of Slave Chicks or 3D House of Pancakes.
You love 3D.
You have a character in mind for yourself. Do you have something set in your mind? Do you want to be wrapped up as a mummy? Do you want to be a vampire? Do you want to be a crazy scientist? Do you want to be? You said
no. I was steering it towards the El Deadite, so I'll be like a skull type of zombie type of character, or I was I'm about to show you my Uncle Boris character, which is I've really perfected. Let's see.
Bruce is quite busy. What are game pieces? Are you painting them? Are you working on them?
Yeah, I'm working on this large hippo golem that I've got.
And what is that for? I don't recognize
our Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep.
Oh, very cool. I played that when I was a young guy. It wasn't, we didn't have anything that cool. I remember buying little lead pieces. The local hobby shop had knight pieces and shit, and the kids would buy those and just repaint them, and this is now an elf or whatever. It was actually supposed to be a British knight or whatever. Did you have, Bruce, I'd like to ask this of all the guys who I know that haven't. Wow, yeah, you've got a real love for this. I went and subscribed to your channel. So,
okay, thank you.
But for now, wow, you're quite the hobbyist, aren't you? Are you an artist in life? Is your trade? No.
No, in life, I'm a septic tank technician. I've got the shittiest job in the town, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I go back to work next week. I can't wait.
Well, Bruce, if you make puns like that on a regular basis, you are well suited to be a septic tank worker employee, I have no doubt.
Oh, I tell people all the time, just enjoy the suck. I have 5 shirts that say that. Embrace the suck.
Well, that's good to have a good sense of humor about your job. Did you, as a kid, ever play with Little Green Army Men?
I did.
Very cool. We all did. Everybody had Green Army Men when I was
for $2, you got 1,000 figures. That was basically, the allure of it.
Yeah. And it was cool, too, when they finally branched out, because as a kid, all you get were the green ones. Then they came out with gray ones, which were like Germans. Then they came out with tan ones, which were like German North African troops.
Yeah.
That was fun. I went through hundreds of those things. I also got in a bit of trouble when I decided they should burn in a lake of fire, tip some gasoline over in the backyard, and laid waste to a bunch of them.
In Illinois, the month of February typically meant you were going to get snowed in and have a couple snow days. Well, one of my buddies had a VHS camera. He was the only one in town that had a VHS. The rest of us were beta, at least at first. And so he brings his camera over, and I've got like 5,000 army men on 2 snowdrifts. And we filmed a war epic for about 30 minutes. And it was the coolest thing we ever thought we did. And we were like 10 years old. And I would love to have that VHS copy now, just to watch it, just to put it on my channel and show people what you did when you were younger, because I don't think kids today would do that. I don't think kids today would actually play with army men. I think they'd look at them and just kind of wander away and boot up a round of Angry Birds or something. They would not want to play with army men.
All right.
Well, different world.
That is my Uncle Bear. That's my Uncle Boris character.
Your Uncle Boris.
Yeah, been acting a few years at a haunted house each and every October. And I came up with this character. I had help with the makeup a little bit from the makeup team there, but I mostly did most of my makeup. That's a prosthetic that I put on my face.
Really?
That's what. But I shaved my head, and I put the 666 in the background. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you.
Maybe bring Uncle Boris to light. Really give a real theater, because I have, I love playing that character.
How long does it take you to get like that?
Oh, not very long at all. About
Is it a full-on mask?
About 20 minutes. No, it's a two-piece prosthetic. It goes over here, over the cheekbone and nose, and then on the chin area. Two board tusk. Yeah. But I was going to do one as a Deadite, because there's another mask that I like where I could become like a skull demon guy, and have a total Deadite character that I, as I'm hosting these.
Yeah, no, and your Deadite character, would you write him as dead serious? Would it be your personality? Would you create a whole new personality?
No. I broke character a lot tonight. So I definitely gonna stay in character like the whole time I'm doing this show, Buckets of Blood Theater, because that's what I want to do. And harper back to Elvira, because I remember that watching that when I was 10, and the Monster Mash and everything. Dug it.
Billy.
Yeah.
Bill, it's time for a Cassandra break.
It's time for a Cassandra break.
Anytime anyone mentions Elvira or Cassandra Peterson, it's time for a Cassandra break.
Of course it is. Of course it is. God bless her, right?
If she wasn't 70 years old, I'd be like, she needs to be on TV more often. No. She's a good girl. She was a good actor.
Hubba, said Darius Munchausen.
Yeah, Hubba's right.
Yeah. Oh, she was 37 when she did that. Still got it going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she just said 17th was her. And today in the bookstores, you can get her autobiography, Elvira, Mrs. in the Dark. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
See,
I have a picture of it, but I know it's available today.
I think she went to Lincoln, Illinois, which it was a weird stop because Lincoln, the only thing about Lincoln is it's on the main artery between St. Louis and Chicago. So this little town of like 12,000 people, cornfield 4 miles. Here's Cassandra Peterson at a Walmart. And my dad got a photo of her standing next to an Elvira pinball machine, the first one that came out.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she stood by that, and she allowed the guys to take photos of her and gave out hugs.
Oh,
and
that's so cool. That is so cool.
The only lady I've ever met, aside from her, that when she was in her prime, she was so focused on making happy customers and fans, was Julie Strain. That lady there, like she, I don't know what happened to her. She kind of went nuts. She's got a dementia now, I guess. But she, like when she gave you a hug, like you know how like most celebrities, it's a 2-second hug and then you let go. No, not Julie Strain. She tried picking me up. I was like 12 years old at the time, and she tried getting my feet a foot off the ground, and she was like just weird. You know, that was kind of weird experience that I never felt like this woman's going to put me in her van.
Oh, jeez.
But she was a nice lady, and she earned her spot. I used to have a bunch of her tapes. I don't recommend them, but they, for what they are, they were great fun when you're a young man.
Do you mean tapes of her show, her television show that she did the horror thing where she was the hostess?
No, not Elvira. I had her tapes too, but I had a lot of bad tapes of Julie Strain, who was a softcore porn queen.
Yeah. It's funny. The other night we were talking about animated movies and heavy metal came up, and the one movie, it's funny because I was young enough, I do remember her in her heyday. But when she did heavy metal 2, part of the marketing behind that was, it's Julie Strain, so it's going to be extra sexy. Although, you know what? You could have Jedi Bill, if his voice was feminine enough, voicing a chick cartoon character. If you believe it's a woman's voice, what difference does it make what they look like? But I got it. They modeled the character after Julie Strain.
Yes.
So it was Julie Strain was in it, and it had Michael Ironside.
Michael Ironside, and it had Billy Idol. Billy Idol was in that movie too.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a while since I've seen that. I've seen Heavy Metal, the original, a dozen times. I tell a cute story that I saw it in the theater when I was 12, and how to get into it. I got my dad to take me, and I had no idea what it was, other than I thought it was supposed to be like some kind of sci-fi adventure barbarian thing, but it was animated. And close to that time, Lord of the Rings, Ralph Bashki's Lord of the Rings came out.
Yeah.
It's a good animated movie that when I was a kid.
Man, the late 70s had the good animated films.
I'm sorry?
The late 70s was filled with good animated movies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And those were 2 of them. The Heavy Metal came out in, I think, 1981.
Yeah.
I think.
81.
Right. So I was just a kid. I wasn't old enough to get in because it was restricted here. But my father would take me to films all the time. We didn't get along very well, but that's how we bonded. And as a result, I'm a bit of a movie buff to this day. Like, I'm a movie guy, totally. And he took me there, and I'll never forget sitting down. He went to go get us a drink or something. The theater was reasonably packed. It wasn't absolutely packed, but it was reasonably full. to the point where a couple of college kids sat down right beside me, and they look at me and they go, "Hey, buddy, we won't rat you out, but how the fuck did you get in here?" And I go, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Well, you're not old enough." I said, "Oh, my dad brought me." I said, "Your dad brought you to heavy metal?" I said, "Dude, you got the coolest father I've ever seen." And
Very
watching
cool.
movies, of course, not knowing what I was getting into, I just knew it was like a magazine. It was taken from a magazine, but I didn't have any idea just how much TNA was involved in the thing. But
All of
just
it.
a epic movie, wonderful storytelling. Unfortunately, I believe Heavy Metal 2 suffered mostly because the people going to it were expecting the same narrative of some kind of story, yummy egg McGuffin, back when those things were cool, like with the Lochnar, the ultimate sum of all evil, tying all those stories together. They didn't have that story contrivance. It was like they settled in one story, and that was it. And part of the charm of heavy metal was that, it was 5 different stories put together.
Blu-ray. We got on Blu-ray.
I love the John Candy Den one.
Yeah, right. I know his voices a lot of characters in this movie.
Yeah, he does the cops in the Harry Canyon one at the beginning. Yep. He's the Den character. Stern is played by
they still
Eugene
make
Levy.
Heavy Metal the comic.
Schitt's Creek and NCTV did the voice of Stern.
Hey, Moira Mal.
And Ola Moira. Good evening. Hail to you both. Hail to the chief.
Yeah. Hey, David.
Bashki and Frank presented Fire and Ice. Oh, yeah. You can get that on YouTube. You can watch that.
Yeah, it's actually on YouTube.
Really?
Yep.
And that's the Bashki films like Lord of the Rings and Fire and Ice, they were rotoscoped, meaning they had live actors act out the parts. They filmed it, and then people animated over those film cells. So you'd have the ability to recast a human as an orc or something like that. It was up to the animator just to draw, but a guy running around swinging the axe or whatever. That was great. I love Fire and Ice, especially because I'm a big Conan fan, and they based the character of
the horn helmet guy.
Yeah, you know the guy that wore the panther head, but he was based exactly on Conan the Barbarian, and the way Franzetta drew him. Rotoscoping, yes, Darius. I do believe that's the name of the process.
There was another studio that did a lot of that rotoscoping, and that was Filmation. If you ever watch the Greatest Story Ever Told, it's a Flash Gordon movie from '83, I think, '83 or '84. They do a lot of rotoscope work on that.
Okay.
The old Filmation people did rotoscoping a lot. They didn't do it for He-Man, but they did it for the Flash Gordon cartoon, which is one of my favorite early '80s memories.
Now, this Flash Gordon that you're talking of, the one in the cartoon, did they use that Flash Gordon as the template for the, oh shit, this is embarrassing. The name just went.
J. Jones, no.
No, it was that group of 30 superheroes. Mandrake the Magician, the Phantom, Flash Gordon, two other guys, Doc Savage, I think, or something. And this was a cartoon that ran in the 90s. And these were all superheroes from like the late 20s to early 30s. Really the precursor to Batman, Superman, all those guys. Everybody on this team predated Superman, for example. Fuck me. I don't. I'm just doing this on a tablet. If I go out of this, I'm going to lose you guys. Like if I try to look it up on Google or something, it's not that important.
I'm looking it up right now.
That's part of this team.
I know what team you're talking about. I'm drawing a blank, but I know what you're talking about.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's I love Flash Gordon myself. He's one of my favorite IPs. Buck Rogers. I've always, for years, I've wanted to see like a Flash Gordon versus Buck Rogers movie. Have those two universes collide, and then they've got to like join forces against Ming the Merciless and something like that. Just if you watch the old serials, you can watch those on YouTube on Cult Classic Cinema. They have both. They've got the two Flash Gordon. They got the Buck Rogers that have Buster Crabbe as the lead in both. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the Defenders of the Universe, right?
Was it Defenders of the Universe? Yeah, the Defenders part.
Defenders of the Earth. You had Flash Gordon, the Phantom, Mandrake the Magician, and Lothar opposing Ming the Merciless in 2015. This was in 86 and 87. And you had those three characters from the Kingfisher Syndicate come out. You also had Rick Gordon, son of Flash. LJ was the son of Lothar, and Kashin, adopted son of Mandrake, and Jetta Walker, the daughter of the Phantom. And I remember this show very barely, but it was good. It wasn't a bad show, and I think it was the same. They used it as the same template.
Yeah. Yeah, that if that's what I'm thinking of, yeah, I agree. They do. I just noticed that David had typed in Brian Blessed, the wonderful British actor, was great in Flash Gordon movie. He was also in the Black Adder series. You're absolutely right, brother. If anyone here hasn't watched Black Adder, the British series,
Oh, good movie.
really well written British show that, to be honest, like I was watching it not too long ago. I was watching full episodes, and the filming process from the late 80s, early 90s was different than today. So it's not as digitized or whatever. It's a little grainier and shit, but still well worth the watch. Rowan Atkinson, the guy that plays Mr. Bean. If you remember Mr. Bean, the Mr. Bean movies, what else did he do? Whatever, he was Blackadder. If you watched House, the guy that played Gregory House, Hugh Laurie, he was a regular on Blackadder. Stephen Fry, the noted British wit and comedian, he was on Blackadder. So watch Blackadder, and if you do, tell them Son of a Richard send you, because they send me $2 every time.
Okay.
Brian Blessed, though, hey, dude, that's who you could go out as Halloween. Get yourself a big. Remember Flash Gordon, the movie?
Yeah, Jones.
That was a great movie. I love that. I saw that at least twice in the theaters. The Brian Blessed, the Hawkman, the king of the Hawk people. He had like this kind of Roman, and he had the big wings. Hawkman, attack! And then Queen would start up. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah. Everybody loves Flash Gordon.
He's a good actor.
Brian Blessed?
Yeah, he chews scenery like nobody else.
Oh, yeah. Well, can't say like nobody else. There's a lot of guys that came out of that kind of British stock at the same time. Oliver Reed is another example. Oliver Reed is another great scenery chewer. From films like his last film ever was that's Russell. Right. But one of his earliest films was Oliver. Remember the musical?
Yes.
Please, may I have some more?
Mm-hmm.
He was a real fixture back in the day. That guy, pretty much drank himself to death. He loved getting drunk with sailors all the time. He'd just hang out in the pubs by the wharf and drink and fight with sailors.
It's really not a bad idea. It sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I'm not going to lie. My retirement plan doesn't include that, but I need to pencil it in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
John Hallam's dead? I fucking did. John Hallam, he was in Flash Gordon as Luro. But he's been dead since 06. I didn't realize that. Damn.
Sorry, who is John Allen?
He was in Flash Gordon, and he played the character of Luro. He was Dragon Slayer, and the movie Dragon Slayer, he played Tyrion.
Okay, Dragon Slayer, I do remember. That's the kid with the dragon scale shield and the special spear, right?
Yep. Yeah, he has a little piece of crystal that he dangles around his neck later on.
Was that like Timothy Bottoms from the Paper Chase or something like that? It was like some actor that was big in the 70s, but he didn't really make it through the 90s.
Peter McNichol.
Peter McNichol. Oh, is anybody here a fan of the animated show Harvey Birdman?
I watched it as a kid and I loved it.
Really? You know,
Yeah.
Peter McNichol was the voice of X the Eliminator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that kind of high-pitched, I will get you, Birdman.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Oh, that was a great show. I loved Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Very funny. I grew up in the 70s, so all those Hanna-Barbera cartoons, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Quick Draw McGraw, all that shit was fun to parody. The Venture Brothers is another one. Any Venture Brothers fans out there?
I am the monarch.
The mighty monarch. I love that guy.
Actually, more than the Monarch, I like Dr. Girlfriend. Dr. Girlfriend makes me laugh way too much.
Oh, Dr. Girlfriend was a genius.
He was what's the name in Ghostbusters 2? that one guy, right?
Meineke. McNicky. Sorry, I got bad eyes. Love Venture Brothers, Captain Caveman. Yeah, Captain Caveman made it to Harvey Birdman. The genius of Harvey Birdman was that he was an ex-superhero that superheroing stopped working for, so he became a criminal lawyer and ended up working for his ex-superhero boss that happened to be a really rich guy that owned a law firm. Excuse me. It kind of wrote itself, the humor. Brock Sampson, oh yeah. Played by Patrick Warburton.
The amazing Patrick Warburton.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Doc. Oh, Brock. Very funny.
I think my favorite part about that show, while the later seasons are great, the first season when the boys get explained that they're clones, and then Dr. Venture goes through all the incidences that have happened where the boys have died, and they had to get clones put back together. Because the mom has come and she's like, "You're 18." "No, Mom, I'm 16." And the fathers are like, "They're clones." They're clones. They're clones. Remember, we had a gas leak and the rampaging robot. And
one of the most charming things about that show, and which gives to the rewatchability, because it has that. I've watched the whole series a couple of times over and still found new jokes, but even better is once you've seen it the whole way through, you see how early they planted the seeds. And it would take them 7 or 8 years before it paid off. Because remember, that show was around for like 17 fucking years. But they only ran like 7 seasons.
Yeah.
They really took their time. And that was part of the beauty of it, that Adult Swim, to, say for a company, finally treated some people right. I don't like how they ended the show, but they did give them a long time to wrap it up. And I really hope they would get that last season, but it didn't work. What did you think about the move to New York?
I haven't seen it for like 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're not caught up on them. Okay.
Hey, Moira, if you want to jump in the chat, there's a link there for you.
Oh, the link that I just put, that's her channel.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was her. That was her link. We've got a link here in chat for jumping in.
I'm gonna put it right now.
Okay. But I really enjoy. I've seen the first season of Venture Brothers probably 6 times. The second season I've only seen twice, and the third season once. And I haven't had a chance to watch past season 4 yet.
I don't know if you got it on Netflix or your streaming service. I don't know how you're set up or whatever. But if you can find it, treat yourself, brother. I promise you, you'll get right back in. You'll love it. The characters like the captain. I love the captain. The sea captain. Remember from I think it was the 3rd episode. He comes on and becomes like a regular character on the show, and he's great. They do a lot more work with Billy and Peter White. Yeah.
Oh my God! Really? Okay. Do they do more work with Dr. Orpheus? Because that's the character that I'm interested in.
You know what? That's the one place I got aggravated with them from, because they wrote them out for like almost a whole season. They mentioned them a couple of times. They were in like the 1st episode of the second last season, and then they brought them back. But there was like a whole season of not them, and then they became all critical for a payoff.
See, I really like Dr. Orpheus, and I like the Black Vampire Hunter.
Do you remember the Order of the Triad with the gay monk and the Blackula Slayer?
Yes.
He only slays black vampires
or Europeans. He slays
European
vampires.
Was
Black vampires? Really?
He slays. Yeah. He slays black vampires and European vampires, and those are the only 2 he goes for. American white vampires, no. Out of luck. Jefferson.
Sphinx.
Yeah.
David. That whole episode. Do you remember the episode where they did it was just an entire ripoff of G.I. Joe, where they explained Brock's backstory and the way they set with the good guys being like S.H.I.E.L.D., but they're like G.I. Joe, and they're fighting instead of Cobra. It's an organization called Sphinx.
Yeah.
But, brilliant parody there. And what's 21 ending up trying to be a superhero. Oh, I don't want to say too much if you haven't seen. I don't know what you're seeing up to, so I don't want to go too. And this whole when they go up to force majeure, Astro Base.
Yes.
What's the name of that? Gargantua 1. Gargantua 2. They build the Gargantua 2. That's right. Fucking great. You got to catch up, brother. Seriously.
I got to get back on Venture Brothers because that show is just too good for me to let that sit in atrophy.
Hey, David, I dig the Avatar. We were talking about heavy metal earlier. Check out his Avatar. He said he brought new characters.
I can't see it. Show me. That's right. Stern. I love it when the character that's supposed to be Stern's character, when he's sitting on the stand and he found the Lochnar, the ultimate sum of all people, had shrunk itself down to the size of a marble and put itself in his path. And as he's walking to the stage, he picks it up and he's sitting there and he's like, is Stern an honest man? Well, if you don't count all the times he sold nuns as prostitutes. Whoops. I mean, stuff like that. Yeah. The writing for that was clever. Yeah, Venturstein. That's right. That was great. They were using him on Vietnam type war. That was a funny episode. What's his name? 24 was still alive then. That to me was a mistake. I had no idea why they killed off 24. Hence for life.
He's a good character. Yeah. Yeah, Venture Brothers is definitely one of those shows that if you're not expecting it, it surprises you and it makes you realize that we get far too few good quality animation nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, the animation was slick. Originally, you know who was doing that was John Kerfowski, the guy from Ren and Stimpy. Any Ren and Stimpy fans here tonight?
Yeah. We got Ren and
Oh,
Stimpy comic books.
yes. Oh, yes.
Absolutely, Ren and Stimpy when it came out. I don't know if you guys heard, and I say this with some real regret because I am a proud Canadian. And John Kerfowski, or however you say his name, he's Canadian. He's also a fucking alpha sexual predator. That guy is an absolute tool.
Really?
Hey, I love Captain Deckard's Captain Deckard's.
Yeah.
I like the avatar.
Yeah.
Look at those three figures.
Captain Deckard Spock reporting for duty.
Ow. Shit, I got a cramp in my side.
Man,
So,
I don't understand adulthood. I wake up and before I got sick in August, I would like go to work and haul hoses and carry like 75, 100 pounds, like 500 feet to do my job. And I was doing things good. And then I'd go home and I'd sleep with my neck bent just a little to my right shoulder. I'd wake up the next day and I was acting like a pussy the whole day because I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm going to die. You know, here I am working my ass off. That doesn't hurt me. What hurts me is I sneeze and my sternum feels like it disconnects, or like I sleep wrong and all of a sudden old man pain hits. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
well, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, brother, but God hates you. He told me this personally.
I can imagine that. I can actually see this.
I'm not making
Hey,
like
right there with you, pal.
pain comes to us all, and it sucks. It sucks ass. It's not fair. I got in a car accident 4 years ago. My back, my knees are fucked. My guy in a transport truck, tiny little guy, he was only 5'2", and he had the seat all the way down, couldn't see me, hit me fucking twice, nearly murdered me. What can you do? Sucks ass.
Sorry to hear that. Jeez. I just had a shoot. No big deal.
Yeah. That $2 will get me a cup of coffee so far.
Did the insurance at least pay out decent or no?
No, to be honest, the insurance I had on the car, it was a little shit box I was driving. I was doing, what hurts is it fucked my knees. And for a few years, I was building up my skills being a hardwood floor and staircase restoration guy. If your kid ran up your nice wood staircase in golf cleats, I'd be able to get those marks out and make it look like brand new. It was pretty high in demand job. I'd make good bank at it, but I was on my knees for most of the day. And as a result, I haven't done that job in 5 years now. And it just sucks to be me. The courts are taking their time. I actually had to do a deposition or something 2 weeks ago. So 5 years in, you know, still got my finger up my ass. But who knows? We get lucky, go to Star Trek Las Vegas, blow it all on a Bajoran prostitute, and getting on one chocolate level. That was a joke. I would not.
I would have a hard time not going to Star Trek New Vegas or Las Vegas, and you know, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, I've got a girlfriend now, but you know, if we're in Vegas, like, honey, we've got to go to the Bunny Ranch. We're in Vegas. Come on. What are you saying no for? Come on. We gotta go. Can't do that. My girlfriend would kill me. She'd take my balls off. Go ahead. Go over there. Enjoy it. Nutless
You're
wonder.
the couples that will have a contract, a celebrity loophole.
Yeah.
So your girlfriend says, well, look, if Brad Pitt and I ever get stuck in a hotel elevator, I can bang him. And you go, okay, well, my movie fantasy that will never come true is to go to the Bunny Ranch. outside of Las Vegas, just like they did in the movie, and then cite a half a dozen movies the Bunny Ranch has been in. So there's your loophole.
Hail, Captain Deckard Spock. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you here.
Captain Deckard Spock. Do you remember the original series Star Trek episode? Oh shit! With the through space.
The Doomsday Machine?
Thank you. That's it. The Doomsday Machine. The captain in that was written to be the father of William Decker, the captain of the Enterprise in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. They were related. It was his father.
Huh.
Yep.
That's something they were going to, in another draft of the script, they were going to write up and address him, talk about his dad and the parallel of his dad sacrificing himself against a giant unstoppable machine, and his son did the same thing, but they dropped that line. I thought that was interesting, but I'm a bit of a Trekkie.
It's okay. We can tell.
Nothing wrong with that.
The original series is still my favorite.
Sure, me too.
Not that I am going to slam any other Star Trek, even Discovery or Picard, but I'm still a big fan of the original series.
Yeah, no doubt. It plays up here in Toronto every Monday, and it's on my TV most of the day. I just leave it on in the background, you know. It's great. They had the Amok Time episode on. I ate my dinner last night and watched that. That was classic. I see in the chats here. Hail to the panel and chat. Kevin Conroy was the voice of Captain Sunshine. Yes, he was. That was a great character. And I like the twist where they got Kevin Conroy to do a character who was basically Superman. You know, the antithesis of Batman. Even though he had his own butler, lived in a mansion, had the, what was it, Hank? He had to slap Vaseline on his ass, otherwise he gets chafing marks when he gets the automatic suit put on him like Batman. Remember the 60s? Batman and Robin would slide down the bat poles and they get to the bottom, they'd be fully dressed.
Oh.
Combat gear ready to go. That was not to that.
I'm happy we have some people in chat that love the Venture Brothers. I'm sorry I haven't seen all of it. But no, I love hearing people talk about the Venture Brothers because it's such a good show. And once you've seen the first season, you kind of have an idea of where it can go. And if you appreciate that value, that humor they bring, that show is just so fucking good.
Yeah.
I was worried that it wouldn't last. I was really worried that show would not last at all.
Sure. Well, it did have a nice long run. Unfortunately, it was just one of those shows that there was no, it wasn't, you know, stay tuned, September 24th. No, fuck you. We're going to be back in maybe 2 years. Maybe this time it'll be 10 months. Maybe next time it'll be 18 months. You don't know. That made it a bit difficult to follow, to be fair. And even Jackson Public and Doc Hammer came out and said that, you know, a big chunk of that was them because it took so long to write. And understandably, it was an extremely layered show. As I said before, you could go back and watch that thing again and again, see where they planted seeds, sometimes deliberately and sometimes inadvertently. I don't want to say too much, like some of the payoffs, though, in the last season were just fucking phenomenal. I love the, what was the name of Jonas Venture Sr.'s crew? The Venture Brothers, the, you know, with Colonel Gentleman, Action Man, Kato. I love Action Man. He was fucking great. Action, action, action. Bang, 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 bang.
Sounds cool.
Did you see the one about Spanakopita?
Spanakopita. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe I
So
did.
the Spanakopita one. Yeah, that's a funny one where they had that what's his name was banging Jackie Onassis or something, and they were there. Oh no, they were there for the wedding of Jackie Onassis, Jackie Kennedy to what's his name, Omar Onassis. I can't remember. Fuck. Yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah, that show had layers to it that typical comics and cartoons just don't have. Because there were payoffs in the third season from the first season that I thought were strokes of genius, and then I had to move. So
Right.
schedule change.
Well, that is, in the end, I think that was kind of what hurt their fan base so much, is that it is hard to get jazzed up about something after 15 years. You still do. The Simpsons have been going, 32 now? 31, 32?
I don't get excited about The Simpsons.
I don't, but you know what? God bless 30 years in, and they're still going. What other fucking show like The Simpsons, an animated gig especially, has that kind of staying power? That is phenomenal.
Well, I'm going to throw South Park out there, even though South Park came out in '97 and Simpsons came out in '89. South Park's a brand of humor and how they address their fan base, how they treat their fan base, I feel is superior to how you have the Simpsons people kind of detract from their fan base because they get too political in the wrong way. You can do it like South Park, where they attack both sides and everybody laughs. But The Simpsons, if you were a fan of George W. Bush during the Bush years, like you got offended within the first 2 minutes and shut off. And I didn't think that was really a good idea because, like, you don't want to get rid of the people paying the bills.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But the South Park's an excellent show, but they're kind of different to compare. They really are.
They really are different. You don't have the same people watching South Park that watch Simpsons.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good. Saying? No, I'm just saying you don't have the same people that watch The Simpsons as you do South Park. You almost have two entirely different demographics.
Yeah, I'm sure there is some bleed over, of course, but yeah, you're right. They are skew a bit differently. I just was reading.
Is that a dragon?
What's so funny that the commentary from Doc or Jackson, I assume you're talking about the commentary track on the DVD, said that one of them had failed a creative writing class. Yeah, that always seems to be the way. It's surprising, looking back at some people who doesn't get an education just by coincidence. I'm watching a very interesting documentary on YouTube about this guy. He wrote a book on General William Westmoreland. He was the guy that ran Vietnam from 65 to 68, I think. And he had, it was a very in-depth observation about this guy and a lot of the problems that he had to face. Sorry, I was, that's embarrassing. I was just looking at my phone. A message had come in from somewhere else, and I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay.
You're good. You're talking
Darius,
about.
I thought you were going to bed, brother. What happened? Darius, sleep works when you actually try to sleep.
Darius, poor guy. Who was talking the other night when we were talking noir movies? And he suggested, what was it? Oh shit, not Midnight Circus. The Tyrone Power film. Was it one of you guys here tonight?
No.
Right
He
on the tip
says-
of my
He's in bed. LOL. He's in bed with a cell phone.
You know, bed works a lot easier if you don't have your cell phone on. That bright light, you know, just saying.
Well, yeah, of course, sleep is your mission. I don't think Darius' mind is too much on sleep. Help me out here, Darius. You know horror movies? What's the Tyrone Power film noir classic from 47 about Tyrone Power works in a carnival in a circus. He there's a husband and wife team. They do a mind reading act, and he wants to learn that scam and take the wife away with him. Midnight Carnival. Fuck. What kind of memory? I'm at the early onset of Alzheimer's, boys. Well, we were talking about Slither before. What did you think? Did you enjoy it?
Which one was it?
Did you enjoy what?
The movie we watched, Slither.
Oh, Slither?
Slither, yeah.
Yeah, I've loved that movie.
I only got to see the last like 15 minutes.
If you get a chance, that's a movie you want to watch all the way through.
Yeah.
Because it's got some great action scenes in it. The special effects in it are actually really well done. And for it being a James Gunn movie, the dialogue is pretty crisp.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's a
I couldn't
subgenre.
even notice it was filmed in 2006. So, you know, this has to be, I can't imagine he had too much that came out before this.
Now, I think this is one of his first break films he had. This is one of the first films he had where it was just like, go ahead, get your script and get your people ready.
Yeah.
I can't imagine him doing much before it. Maybe commercials. But I think it's one of the more solid films that's come out in the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah, the new one coming out. The Nightmare, yeah. I've seen the previews for that.
Yeah, Darius Munchausen, I didn't want to interrupt Bruce's speaking, but Darius for the win. He comes in Nightmare Alley with a question mark. You are right. And the question, and confirmed by no less an authority than our good David Serda. I squint my fucking eyes to read that. Darius Munchausen, you are right. It is Nightmare Alley. I'm a bit of a noir fan, but to be honest, Tyrone Power is just one of those guys I never really got behind. Tyrone Power, another guy, I was talking about him the other day, Victor Mature. I got nothing against the guys personally. When I watch their movies, I like them, but I don't know them the way I know, say, Humphrey Bogart or Spencer Tracy. But it's funny, we were talking about Nightmare Alley, and a guy who I watch on YouTube, he's got a channel called Terry Talks Movies. He's this Australian fella. Boy, if you want to check out some offbeat films, this guy, his knowledge is encyclopedic. It's amazing. And it's funny. I had Nightmare Alley up in my queue list, and that's the movie he talked. And the day it aired, somebody here was telling me, oh, no, you got to see Nightmare Alley. So I was just wondering who it was. Yeah, Darius, I get you. Your dad, I'm sure he's got good taste. I don't mean it derisively at all. It's funny because when I watch the movies, I'm fine with it. I mentioned Oliver Reed earlier. It's funny. My whole life, I had a beef with Oliver Reed. I can't. He's been in a bunch of movies I've seen. I can't remember right now, but every time I saw him, I had a bit of a visceral reaction. Like, I don't like this guy. And I had no reason for it. I'd watched his performance and I like it. It wasn't until maybe 5 years ago they're playing the old Oliver movie, that British one that's with can't remember the pretty fucking redhead chick. Whatever. At any rate, I found out why. I watched it thinking, I haven't seen this movie since I was 5 or 6 years old. I'm going to sit and watch this movie from beginning to end. Good for me. I remember watching this with my mom and daddy. You know, my dad said, oh, this is a great movie. We're going to watch this. We're going to watch this. There's a scene where Oliver Reed kills his girlfriend, just murders her in cold blood. And I think that was the very first time I'd ever seen in a movie a man commit that kind of violence towards a woman. I had buried it in my mind, completely forgotten about it. But every time I saw Oliver Reed, I just, oh, this fucking asshole. I'd watch it. His performance was good. And I'd think every time, like, why do I hate this guy so much? It all came back to me. It's amazing what you can suppress. Wow. Not that anyone asked, but it's kind of a weird thing.
Bill, I apologize. I'm probably gonna have to get going.
No worries. No worries.
Son of a red shirt. I really appreciate you joining tonight and giving commentary. Also for subscribing to my channel, I thank you. I do. Sure. I really do. I do panels very. I do about 2 or 3 streams a week, but their times are different. And if you ever pop in my channel and I'm not running a tabletop game on like a Saturday, I typically throw a link out there if you want to join and contribute to the conversation audibly.
Oh, very kind. Thank you, Bruce. That's charming. I'd be sure to come by and check it. I got to be absolutely frank. I am not a gamer. Unless you're going to have a Risk night, that's the last game I think I remember, board game I really remember how to play. That and Monopoly. But I do have, when I was a young man, rather, I did have some friends that were into the D&D, the collecting, the painting like you do. It was fascinating. Fascinating to watch, like the detail you guys invest, the time, the commitment, the artistry that goes into, you know, each and every creation. Hopefully I get to see some of your work in the near future.
Well, I plan on being around more often, and if I can be more available, I'm going to be on streams or panels, and if not, I'll just be in the chat. But I look forward to being here, and it was a pleasure to talk to you and Darius Munchausen and David and everybody in the chat. I really appreciate you being here. If it wasn't for the chat, we would literally be just talking to the walls.
Right.
But
we'd still be here.
Yeah.
We'd still be here.
And
Bill, thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate it.
Take care of yourself, sir. God bless, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, red shirt.
Cheers, mate. Be well. Just looking down here in the chat, Red Cranium 696.
Yep. Hey, Red Cranium.
Excuse me. So, how long ago did you see that movie, Bill? Did you go see that in the theaters? Did you find that on video? Was it?
Oh, it's one of my favorites. I saw it in the theater. I see everything. I used to see everything in the theater. That's the right saying. I used to say everything in the theater.
Yeah. Well, are there any other kind of movies you seem to like? Those kind of creepy movies. I got you to play the trailer for Hell Comes to Frogtown yesterday.
Yeah.
And I hear you making all these little police noises. Oh, I can't believe I haven't seen this. I got to see this. And I get it.
I know.
If you love a genre film, is that your genre? Do you like the splatter kind of horror films?
Yes, I like big horror movies.
Right. The movie like The Thing. Everybody loves The Thing. John Carpenter. That's a great one. The original, too. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but I think you can get it on YouTube for free. Very good movie. Very good movie. The original Thing. I recommend that to anyone. A lot of fun. I was, as a kid, horror was never really my big cup of tea. And the horror films I like now, I found myself being drawn to much older fare. I watched The Mummy not too long ago, the original one with Boris Karloff from 1937, I think it was. You and I were speaking the other night about Claude Rains's turn as the Invisible Man.
Yep.
And what a wonderful old horror film that is. Dr. X, for me, the old Michael Curtiz, when he did, before horror became kind of B movie status, there were a few that, were considered quite well written or, genuine box office hits for the time. And I think it was 1936, Dr. X came out, shortly followed by the Wax Museum. And one of the things that makes it original, the original Dr. X had Fay Wray from King Kong. And what's his name? Not Lou Ayres, Lee Tracy. And the writing in it was so great. It was good humor. It was funny. There was great chemistry between Fay Wray. She was gorgeous, beautiful. And the restoration on this, like, it looks like it could have been filmed not too long ago, but, reasonably. Like, you just saw why she was a big star. And they had this, this was before true color film, before the Technicolor films came out. And they had something called a two-strip color process where they blend the colors orange and blue. That's all they could figure out how to work with the chemicals. But between those, they could do things like manage skin tones or, but for these horror movies, that kind of lighting really set it off. Like, it made it very unique and really just a interesting setup world with Dr. X. Have you seen these movies?
Some of them, I can't remember them all because I saw them when I was 10 and 12,
Right.
But I have a huge love affair with the Universal Monsters, for sure.
Sure, right. It's your favorite of the Universal Monsters, and anybody in the chat, feel free to chime in too, because if you're here, you like.
It's a difficult one.
Well, you don't have to.
I used to like Dracula a lot, but now I like Frankenstein a lot more nowadays. The original Frankenstein.
Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff. I was just talking about Michael Curtiz, the Wax Museum, Dr. X, and Boris Karloff and Michael Curtiz. Michael Curtiz, I'm sure you've seen Casablanca, Robin Hood, maybe Mildred Pierce. Very famous Hungarian director, came over and did a shitload of movies. And that Wax Museum, and what was the other one? Walking Dead. That's right. He was the first guy to come up with the Walking Dead movie. He didn't write it. But some of the scenes from Slither freak me out. Once you see the thing with Kurt Russell, it can't compare to the head coming off and crawling away. Absolutely correct. I saw the thing in the theaters. It was just one of those movies, like, everybody screamed, and it was great. Real visceral, fun, shared memory, that sort of thing. Thing from Another Planet had James Arness. Absolutely correct. Playing the Thing. Probably because he was tall. He was 6'7". He was 6'7" with the platform shoes, or was he 6'7"? He was also in Gunsmoke, which played down in the States for fans of the old Western and shit like that. But he was a regular in Gunsmoke, the sheriff, the marshal. Sorry, Bill, you were saying?
This was the first time that I realized in the movie Slither that they paid homage to the Thing. There was a tavern called R.J. McCready Tavern.
Right.
And that's right out of the movie John Carpenter's The Thing.
Well,
and there was a sheriff's deputy that was named McCready too. So it's like I never noticed that until now. I was like, how did I miss that Easter Craig. I just, yeah, you know.
The
all these years, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was to come by at the beginning of the show, buddy, because I really did only see about the last 10 minutes. And to be honest, since horror is my all-time biggest favorite genre, I was like, what the hell? Otherwise, I would have said, sorry, I'll come back some other night. But I thought, what the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah, I'm very versatile. I mean, horror's my love, big love. I have a big soft spot for horror movies and gore movies.
Right.
And classic horror. So, but I love them all. Action. Yeah. All genres. We were talking about the westerns too,
Yeah. That's true. I am a big fan of the westerns. I love the Hollywood westerns. I really do. I love western musicals. I've got no problem with that even. Not that there are a lot of them, but like I'm just saying, like I love westerns. Spaghetti westerns, I absolutely adore. But what was shit? No, I'm sorry, I wasn't here with you guys. I'm thinking of something else. I was speaking to somebody. I can't watch those old Hollywood westerns. John Wayne, it's so fake. Oh, fuck off. You know what I watched today? Rio Bravo. You don't get too much better than Rio Bravo. That's about Angie Dickinson, and she must have been 22 when she did that movie. Just absolutely gorgeous woman. John Wayne, Dean Martin. Fuck me. Who was into Have and Have Not? Who was Humphrey Bogart's drunken buddy? His shipmate. What's his name? Walter Brennan. No, not Walter Brennan. Was it Walter Brennan? Whatever. Okay, I'm talking about old movies. You guys probably but learn about them, because it's amazing when I talk to people about some of these movies and they're completely ignorant. I'll talk to them about great movies like The Big Sleep or Casablanca or The Bad and the Beautiful, the old Western movies that I love. Who here likes Sam Peckinpah? Any Sam Peckinpah fans in the crowd tonight? That guy did great Westerns. If you ever saw Ride the High Country with Randolph Scott and Joel McRae, Warren Oates was in that too. Warren Oates kept showing up in his movies. He did Major Dundee with Charlton Heston, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid with Chris Christopherson. It was really good in the role, actually. Chris Christopherson and James Brolin. How about Lauren Green as Adama and Ben Cartwright? Bonanza. Yeah, who didn't love Bonanza? Bonanza. Watch that on TV all the time. Dan Blocker was Hoss. Why do you call him Hoss? Because he's big as a horse. Yeah, sure. Oh, great. Adama. He was my favorite Adama, and I really like James Edward Olmos. Yeah. He was Blade Runner was the first thing I remember seeing him in. But did you ever see American Me?
Yep.
Picture.
I have it.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Great. Hey, you were talking Vietnam movies last night, I think.
Right. That's right. We were.
And it's a big sub-genre fan of yours. Have you seen one of my favorite Vietnam movies? What is it? I think it's 1983 or 1984. And Chad, I hope you join me on this. The Gene Hackman, Patrick Swayze, Randall Tex Cobb classic, Uncommon Valor.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Remember Uncommon Valor?
Yeah. That's a classic.
Yeah. Tex played Sailor. Gene Hackman.
These old movies that we're talking about, modern cinema doesn't have nothing on these older films. and Hollywood just out to destroy it and erase it from existence.
Yeah.
I say no that to that, boys and girls. You know,
no.
We must stop it at all costs.
Right. No, I agree, but you know what? You know how you do it is honestly, I believe it's fucking ignore them or offer polite criticism.
Well, I also have action, what I call action theater, where I play action films, and that's a hard spectrum. That I can play war movies, and so and I don't always use the streamer. I use what Cosme app that I can do it in, and you know,
Right.
Until I can get like a server and do it like another way, say Doob, and figure out how to do it another way. This is I gotta do until I, you know.
Yeah, the technical stuff it's difficult. So I'm there myself, financially and shit. My Wi-Fi comes in. I split it with a bunch of people, so I've got no hardline connection and no Ethernet. I think it's called. And having a good internet connection is critical. And
I'm definitely hard lined in. See, there's my modem. There's my modem right there, right. And I'm hard lined in right there at the side there.
Okay.
So, yeah, that helps. That helps a lot.
Yeah, no, I feel bad because like if I had my old computer up and running, I could shoot you a whole bunch of links and stuff. I don't know what you watch your stuff on. And if I'm talking something you're uncomfortable with, I'll shut the fuck up. I'm not really in a financial position where I can afford too much, so I've been watching all my movies on a site called m4ufree.com. And this thing has literally 1 million+ movies on it, and all the modern TV shows you could watch. They're updated daily. It's a brilliant site.
I'm a cord cutter, and I watch most of my stuff from Roku. And I pay for a lot of different streaming services.
Right.
I also buy a lot of digital, or usually I try to buy the Blu-rays that come with digital copies. You know.
I'm all for buying hard copies, yes, but I'm talking. Why I'm bringing this up specifically is for your show. Would it be easier if you were able to say, I don't know, because I don't really watch a lot of shows that do this sort of thing. But, if you could have more people watching, I know you can't broadcast the movie on your channel, right?
Yeah.
But.
Or have, like, audio, bleed out.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I don't know whatever legal rights or whatever you've got. I think you're okay. You can do all the trailers and shit you want, and nobody will give you a hard time for that. But if you do actual movies, whole movies, you might get flagged, which is unfortunate because a watch along party is nice when you can get a bunch of people watching along all at the same time. I just see Dave Rowe. Venture Brothers reminded me to go back and buy the original Johnny Quest series on Blu-ray. The original Johnny Quest series, there's a classic. What was his sidekick's name? Hodge. I remember they were the first people that Harvey Birdman. They were like the first guest stars. I'm doing air quotes with my fingers as we speak. But they're the first guest stars on the Harvey Birdman show where Race Bannon and Dr. Quest were having a custody battle over the boys. That was pretty funny. I also like Venture Brothers. They had Race Bannon in as an agent of OSI. That was genius. My only beef was they killed him off. That was wrong.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I got the Max. So.
You got the Max. That's how you should.
Because he said show a lot of Adult Swim stuff. Yeah. I know. I just noticed that.
Does anybody watch Rick and Morty here tonight? Any Rick and Morty fans?
I've watched Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I haven't watched all of season 4 yet.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I enjoy it.
I like Rick and Morty. I get.
Yeah. So your show Buckets of Blood. What's your next outing? What's next week's show going to be?
No, I got play Friday night, Saturday morning. I
have no idea what you're talking about.
My next show theater is on Friday nights, Saturday morning. Well, Friday night for me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll probably. I've been thinking about doing Poltergeist, the original Poltergeist, but I'm not too sure. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Yeah.
I pick them. I got a lot of films to show.
Well,
I'm trying to share my love, and I'm hoping to gain a horror aficionados.
Have you considered running a poll? Pick 5 movies, 3 movies. Yeah. Who wants to watch what?
I could do that. Got Twitter, but I don't know.
Or give suggestions. You know, a movie I was talking about with my buddy in Chile. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street together. And that was one I didn't actually see in the theaters because, like I said, I'm not all that big on horror.
Uh-huh.
But I was having kind of like, it was the summertime. I was maybe 15, 16. I remember I was having summer, so all the guys were off school. And I had all the kids from the neighborhood around at my place for like a little mini barbecue and a movie watch. And I can't even remember what the other movie was, but we got that and put it on at about 1 a.m. And 30 kids in my living room are all sitting around this big ass Radiation King color TV with Freddy Krueger fucking gutting people. And I look around and all the guys, all my big tough buddy friends, they've all got like pillows from the couch and shit, and they're holding on to them, you know, with their like thumb between their teeth sort of thing, leaning on the edge of the cushion, watch Freddy Krueger with his arms stretched out across an alleyway, scraping his giant fucking knife fingernails down the fucking thing. Classic horror. Have you done Hellraiser?
No, but I was getting to him, and I was waiting for October, you know.
What is, to you, a good blood porn movie?
There's what? Hellraiser's a good one. I played the remake of
if you don't mind
The
my
Hills
asking,
Have Eyes,
there's a
and
distinction between like a realistic one and a fake one. Like the Thing has lots of blood and shit like that, but it's not that realistic. Whereas opposed to say something like A Cabin in the Woods or one of those, you know, terrifying movies, The Hills Have Eyes, or that. Sort of
I got The Hills Have Eyes. I already did The Hills Has Eyes, the first one of the remake. I might play the older version at some point.
That's an idea. You know what?
And if I can't get it because I can't have it digitally. That's how I do it.
What I was saying is a unique movie night. Many movies say like as an example, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Invasion of the Body Snatchers has been made 3 times.
Yeah.
Now, say you did the older one and the 70s one as a double feature night.
Yeah.
That's the idea because many movies have been remade. The Hills Have Eyes is another example. There's the one from the 70s, and there's the one from...
It was, I believe, back in June. I did a watch party of the Creature of the Black Lagoon. So that's how this all got started. It's like, well, I showed one horror movie and it was a classic, but those aren't public domain. They have, even though they're that old. So I had to show it in a certain way. So at least I'm sharing, and in a way that people can come and enjoy or not.
Yeah, and good for you. Good for you for putting yourself out there.
I'm trying. So I'll get it on Ants. Don't worry. It will take time.
If you don't,
but I like the reason why I do these at night and so late, because they're horror movies, and the only way to watch like a horror movie is in the dark. So I turn off the light, and that's how dark I am.
Yeah. No, I get you. I remind you gently that you yourself, in the short time I've known you coming on this show, you've got people from Ireland, from England that drop by. It's not nighttime over there.
I know.
One of the things about YouTube is that it gives you an opportunity to have an international type audience, to make friends around the world.
I know. That's what's great about it.
If in your time zone, I think you're 3 hours ahead of me. What time is it for you right now? Is it like midnight yet?
It's 1:13 a.m.
Okay, it's 4:13 for me. Hey.
By the way, we got you ready for an Elvira break?
Yeah, time for an Elvira break, Aaron.
I got one for you.
Always ready. Always ready.
New one.
No.
Those aren't public domain, even though they're old. So I had to show a picture.
You know
what? Yeah, what?
Sorry, I forgot my microphone. I was there because you muted it when you played the bit.
No, it mutes itself. You can unmute it if you want to.
Oh,
when a clip plays on it, it'll automatically mute me and my guest. You can always unmute it yourself, though.
It's funny because the girl that was on last night, I could hear her talking through the videos, and I was thinking, how is she doing that? And right. Chick that talks through an Elvira shaking her boobs video. Every guy's fixed on the screen, understandably so. I'm kidding. I'm not nearly as sexist as yes, I am. But
yeah.
What was I saying? Sorry, I was just looking at the chats.
Yeah.
But you're do you ever do any more kind of aggressive advertising for your show? All I've ever seen your advertising, because I've been subscribed to you for a while, but I don't really drop by chats that often. I just happened to a few nights ago. We got along, so I keep coming back. But while they show up in my recommended, all I ever see really, and I'm not trying to be critical. I swear to God, I'm not. I'm only saying this because just as an idea.
They've been shadow banned from YouTube, I believe. I mean, I use a lot of Discord, and I use Twitter, so that's the best I can do.
Sure. But I'm thinking, like, if things show up out there, like if you change it up, there's so much. I hesitate to say this because hear me out before you judge. But say, for example, you put out a video. I'm trying to think of the wording. I was thinking about this earlier, and it got in my head. Something like.
Oh, yeah, I know. I can make a little commercial, little segment, and let them know what's coming up. Yeah, I can do that.
You know how the bigger channels love their clickbait. If you put something, Catherine Kennedy.
I'm not all about that. I'm just a guy just trying to be real here. Not about clickbait. I'm not never trying to be.
Jesus, let me finish my sentence. I'm just saying, if you, as a joke, you put out clickbaity titles. Catherine Kennedy's head exploded when she saw this video, and then they come to you. You want to talk about the movie Slither or something? It's just a joke, right? You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something because I think you'd be a great little horror host. I didn't mean little, but like doing your own, setting your your own boss sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's a fun idea, and if you're passionate about it, do it. I'm always happy to support movie channels or whatever. I watch a lot of them. Called Cinema Classics. I watch 1 or 2 films a week from them. They're great. They got Charade on. Like, they got good movies. Charade with Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn, rather. And it makes me wonder, like, if they can do it, and they have these watch parties, and the watch party, they're playing the movie, People watch the movie in the chats and stuff, and they talk, and they make fun of the movie, whatever. Or if it's a great movie, they just shut up and go along with it. But part of the fun is they make fun of the movie as they go.
Yeah.
People get each other laughing. So I don't know what the legalities behind that sort of thing is, but it'd be nice if you could tap into some of that.
Yeah. Anyway, I've gone 3 hours, and I don't want to keep this very much longer. So, and I got a lot of work to do later. So,
just to answer David, watches the Late Horror Show. No, I'm not. I believe that was a topic of discussion the other night. Do you know who headed up that? Who was talking about the Late Horror Show? That wasn't Darth Haster. Somebody that was on. You're right. Was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Was that you? Do you know about that?
Which what?
What David just wrote. He said, "Are you the one that watches the Late Horror Show?" I said it wasn't me because I'm not really a horror guy. I'm a movie guy, but horror is probably the weakest.
Yes, yes. I believe he was talking about me. Yes, because that's me. As far as that's what I know.
Yeah.
Late night because Arlo's East Coasters. I'm a West Coaster. So. Anyway, thank you, Son of Red Shirt, and thank you, David, Sierra, and Red Cranium, and cast of several many.
Whoever's still standing.
Yeah.
It's funny. I just looked at the numbers all night long because on my phone I kept it on. And all night long the chat has been exactly 3 people, in spite of the fact going back there's at least 6, 7, 8 different people that participated. It's weird how the algorithm works.
I know. It is weird. I don't get it either.
And David, just before he says goodbye, says they have live monster quiz shows and trivia shows along with old school radio shows. Oh, okay. The Late Horror Show. Groovy. Okie dokie.
Well, I'll leave you with one more parting present.
unpleasant dreams.
What is
Thank
it
you,
they,
everybody. What?
I said, what is it they used to say at the end of the clubs? Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Later,
right.
boils and ghouls. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.